difficult to film with school and with work. I feel like every week just gets harder and harder, and there's just more stuff that we have to do, and it's also really difficult to find a time to be quiet, apparently, for literally everyone around me, which is actually the topic for today's video. We are going to drink a Diet Coke and shit talk my neighbors, basically. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, so we have some lip balm, we have our Diet Coke, we have our loud neighbors. Let's get into it now. Okay. My lips are so dry. Okay, so maybe I should do some mic brushing while we talk about this. You can literally hear them upstairs. So I got these cute little green glass canisters. I don't know the right word. From Target. Okay, I guess we'll use this one. Okay. So, also don't look at my hair. It looks kind of crazy. It's just in a bun. Okay. So, we live in, by we, I mean me and my best friend Liza. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and we live near a college campus. So pretty much everybody in our building are college students, and which is great, but also they're very loud. They like to party, yada yada yada. So I don't know if maybe that will help with the glare a little. I don't know. I feel like I don't like the lighting. I look very pale, which I mean, I am very pale, but still, that's not any better. Well, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. So, we have one floor below us. We're technically on the first floor, but we have one apartment is below us, and then there are like 3 floors above us or something. 4 floors, I don't know. And the people above us are very loud. Very, very loud. So, let me tell you the tea. Also, quickly, look at my nails. Aren't they so cute? I've been doing my nails with Liza's gel at home because I'm trying to save money. And she did little hearts. I like painted them, and I was like, I think I want little hearts. I don't know if you can see them. Anyway, okay. So, I would say I was at home the first time that an interaction occurred, and Liza texted me. She called me a bunch, and then she texted me, and she was like, I just went upstairs and talked to the neighbors. And I was like, because we live in a really old building, so there's a lot of squeaking. Like, I'm sure in my videos you guys hear, like, if Ralphie like jumps up on my bed or something, my floor squeaks. But this is like stomping. Like, it literally sounds like thunder. Like, I have a light fixture above, you guys can see it, but it's on my ceiling, and there's one in Liza's room, and there's one in the living room, and they literally shake like it's gonna fall out of the ceiling when these people walk back and forth. It's like stomping, like steel-toed boots stomping everywhere they walk. Like, if I'm laying in bed, I can hear them walk from one end of the apartment to the other, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth all night long, and it's ridiculous. Like, 4:30 in the morning, the girl above me has like a fucking wheelie chair, and she wheels back and forth the whole length of the room. So that's what I hear at 4:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous. Like, it's actually ridiculous. So I would say this was October maybe, and Liza said that she went upstairs and she talked to was scaring the cat. Now, Ralphie, when we first got him, he was pretty skittish, but not really anymore. Like, as long as we're home, he, like, really doesn't care. Unless there's, like, a crazy loud sound or, like, we drop something, he might, like, scurry away, but, like, most of the time he's fine. So the fact that they're being loud enough to, like, disturb him, causing him to, like, run and hide, pissed me off, to be honest with you. So Liza went up there and basically said, like, we have a cat, you guys are being really loud, like, please be courteous of the fact that you guys are upstairs neighbors, like, whatever. And she talked to the girl, so we really don't know who lives there. We know it's a guy and a girl. So the girl has the room above mine, so we'll call her Vanessa, I don't know. And then the guy has the room above Liza. We'll call him Josh. So 2 months ago, originally she talked to Vanessa. Josh was in the background, but she talked to Vanessa, and she said that Vanessa was really nice, and that she was, like, super, like, responsive. It was like, okay, like, I totally get that, like, I'm so sorry, like, you have a cat, blah, blah, blah. So, I'd like to say that they changed their behavior, but they really didn't. Like, I feel like maybe they were slightly quieter, but not to, like, an extent that I noticed. That, like, if Liza hadn't told me she'd gone up there, I probably wouldn't have noticed a difference when I came home, honestly. So fast forward to, like, December, I think it was, like, December 21st. They're pretty loud all the time. Every time they walk, I can hear where they walk, like, whatever. But the only reason I know it was December 21st is because that's when I was supposed to fly home for Christmas. So Liza had already left. I was here, and the whole week, pretty much it had been quiet because, like, all of the students in our building left for break except me, so it was fine. But the night of the 20th into the 21st, that's when I discovered the fucking wheelie chair. I literally was up in bed until like 5:15 in the morning. I had to be up, actually not 5:15 because I was already at the airport. I had to be up at 4 a.m. and I was up from the time that I crawled into bed at 9:30 until the time that my alarm went off at 4 a.m. to get to the airport, because I did not sleep the whole entire night. Like, at some point I just gave up and started, like, online shopping and watching YouTube. Like, it was miserable because they're so loud. He's stomping upstairs, walking around like in steel-toed boots, moving furniture or something. She is playing video games, screaming at 4 a.m. and wheeling back and forth in her wheelie chair, stomping up and down every time something happens. And I contemplated going up there, to be honest with you, but then I felt like I probably shouldn't do that home alone in the middle of the night when I've never met these people. I was like, I just don't have the energy for that right now, and I'm really pissed off, and I feel like I'm gonna say something that I don't mean. No. Liza is much better at, like, speaking to people when she's upset. I just feel like I get very angry. I can be very respectful, but when a situation has persisted to the point that, like, I'm getting my ass out of bed in the middle of the night to come yell at you because you're so loud, like, I'm not gonna be cordial. I'm not gonna be nice to you. Like, I'm so sorry, it's not gonna happen. Whereas Liza would be, and I felt like she was probably the better person to do that. So, it was like a week and a half ago, I think. And, so to finish the December thing off, let me take a drink of my Diet Coke first. So, I didn't end up going up there and saying anything to them because it was in the middle of the night and I was just like, whatever. Excuse me. But when I came back from break, I started working, and I worked one day shift, which was fine. They were fine at night, whatever. But I worked one night shift, and they're so loud, you guys. Like, I literally don't even know how to express how loud these people are. And it's not like they're playing music. It's not like they're like, I don't know, like watching TV really loud. Every time they walk, it sounds like they're like stomping with boots on, like jumping up and down. Like, we have a little like alcove coffee bar. If you go back to one of my videos, you can probably see it. This headphone is being weird again. You can see it. There's like glass, like Liza's like martini glasses and stuff at the top. When they walk in the living room, the glasses shake. They literally move because of how loud these people are when they're walking. And beyond me. Okay. So, yeah, it was miserable basically trying to sleep during the day, let alone at night. But, it was like a week and a half ago, and Liza and I are like laying in her bed watching TV or something. And they're so loud. It was, I don't remember if it was a school night. I think it was a school night. And it was not late. It was probably like 9:30. And they're like stomping up and down. Like it was insane. We could hear them in Liza's room. We could hear them in the living room upstairs, like jumping up and down, talking, stomping. Like, it sounds like they're moving furniture. Like, it was ridiculous. So Liza decided that she was gonna take our security stick and bang on the ceiling. Which, like, I was like, okay, fine. That didn't really do anything. They, like, did not care. Yeah, no. So, we basically just dealt with them being loud for the next, like, couple of days. And it was, I want to say, like a Tuesday. It was either a Tuesday or Thursday night because Liza had a meeting at the school late, so I was home alone with the cat. And I was like sitting on the couch. I had such a bad headache. This was last week. I had such a bad headache. And I was like laying on the couch. I had just taken ibuprofen. Like, I was just watching, I think, Netflix or something. I don't remember. And when I tell you, it was like thunder. It was so loud sitting on the couch. I literally wanted to put my headphones in on my own couch because it was so loud. Like, it literally sounded like the floor was gonna like cave in. And I was like, you know what? Excuse me. I don't know that a carbonated drink was like the best move for this. Whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go up there and say something when she gets back. Like, we're gonna go up there and talk to them because we've dealt with this for so long and this is ridiculous. Like, the cat literally jumped up off of my lap and ran and hid under my bed because of how loud they are. It was so stupid. And it was like 5:30 on like a Thursday night. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. Like, they weren't throwing a party. It's literally just how loud they are when they walk, when they move, when they do anything. Like, they're not cautious at all, and it's so loud. So basically, I started taking videos. I took out my little iPhone and I started taking videos because I was like, you know, I understand that it can be really difficult to know how loud you're being. Like, that makes sense to me. But, like, we are upstairs neighbors. There's people that live below us. And we have really creaky floors. But we are so careful about how loud we're being. Or, like, if people come in, like Liza's boyfriend, like, if he's being loud or if he's, like, moving around too much or whatever, she'll say something and she'll be like, Jamie, like, the girls downstairs are gonna hear you, like, shut up. Like, because it's loud and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, this building is 1,000,000 years old. Like, at the end of the day, like, the building's gonna creak, like, the walls are pretty thin, whatever. But if you can do something to be cautious about the way that you're, like, moving in your own space, so that you're not causing the people below you, like, earth-shattering sounds. Like, do it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I tiptoe around my entire apartment, because that's not true. But we've never, ever received a noise complaint from the girls downstairs. And, like, the weekend before we went up there, the weekend before last, I guess, I asked one of the girls downstairs while I was doing laundry, I was like, I know that the floors creak, but do you guys ever hear us, like, when we walk, are we, like, stomping? Are we, like, really loud? She's like, no. She's like, I never hear anything. Like, I know when you guys are vacuuming, but that's literally it. And, like, that's, I feel like, how it should be. Like, I shouldn't be able to track your footsteps from one end of the apartment to the other and know, like, when you're going to get a glass of water in the middle of the night because you're so loud. Like, it's ridiculous. So, Liza gets home. We go upstairs. Now, keep in mind that I have not met these people. Okay, I've never met Josh, and I've never met Vanessa. Liza has. So, in my mind, I'll paint you a picture really quick, okay? My brother is 6'3". My dad is 6'5". They're both, like, a bigger build, and I've lived with them for 20 years before I moved here, right? So I know what loud men sound like, okay? Like, they're large people. They're going to walk louder than I walk. Like, my brother's almost a foot taller than me. Same thing with my dad. So, based off of the sounds I'm hearing from them walking around, I'm picturing Josh to be, like, 6 foot at least. Like, 6 foot, probably, like, 160 pounds, maybe a little bit more, based off of how, like, heavy his footsteps are. Well, we're, like, knocking on the door, and Josh answers the door. Let me paint a picture for you. This kid is probably, like, 5'6", 5'7", on a good day, okay? Like, 5'7" with Air Forces on. Probably, like, 150, maybe, like 155, soaking wet. He answers the door, and in my head, I'm thinking, you're the one that's making this much noise. Like, you, like, are you marching? Like, how does somebody my stature, like, I'm 5'5", and, like, 145 pounds, how are you, someone of my stature, making that much noise? Like, to the point that I was under the impression that you were 6 foot, like, 160, 170 pounds. Like, do you wear boots in your home? Like, what? So, he opens the door, and we're like, hey. Liza's like, hi, like, we are the girls that live below you. I was up here, like, 2 months ago. I talked to your roommate. Like, you guys are just being really loud. Like, every time you walk, you stomp. It sounds like you're moving furniture. We have a cat. He gets scared. We can't sleep at night. Like, we're both full-time students. Like, it's really hard to sleep in the middle of the night when you're stomping. At the end of the day, like, there's nothing that we can do about it in the middle of the night. Like, please just be courteous. Like, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, we're not moving furniture, but we're stomping. I literally, like, interrupted him, like, it's on the video, like, recording, and I was like, you guys are literally so loud. I was like, if I'm laying in my bed at, like, 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., and whoever lives above me goes and decides to get a glass of water from the kitchen, I can tell you how many footsteps it takes for them to go to the kitchen, get water in the kitchen, and come back. That's how loud you are. And when she plays video games, I can tell when she wins. I can tell when she loses. And I know where her chair is at because she rolls up and down the length of the room. Like, I don't care if you're moving furniture or not. You're being so loud that it's ridiculous. Like, and he was like, yeah, no, like, I get that. I feel like I'm actually surprised that you said that she's being loud, because I feel like out of the both of us, I'm the louder one. Like, okay, I don't know if that's like a compliment, like, whatever. We were like, okay, cool. He was like, what time do you guys go to bed? And Liza was like, I don't know, like, normal times. Like, what? I'm thinking in my head, like, what does that have to do with this? And he's like, yeah, we'll try to keep it down, because Liza said, she was like, we're in bed by 11, like, on a school night. She's like, we're both full-time students. Molly works, like, on the weekends. She goes to bed early still, like, she has to work, like, just normal times, like, I don't know. And he's like, okay, well, we'll try to keep it down around then, because, like, that makes sense. Like, I'm sorry, like, yeah. And I said, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna, like, file a noise complaint, like, we're not gonna do any of that, because that's crazy. But, like, we're upstairs neighbors as well, and we've never received a noise complaint from the people that live below us. Like, we are very cognizant of the fact that there are people down there, and that our floor is their ceiling, and if we're being loud, they're gonna hear it. And he was like, well, I mean, I hear the people above us, so I don't know if the floor's just thicker between the first and the second floor, but we've never had any, like, I've never complained about the upstairs neighbors, because, you know, we just hear them. And I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, like, I'm glad that your upstairs neighbors aren't being loud and obnoxious, but you're being loud and obnoxious, like, whatever. Like, okay, dude. So, we came back downstairs, and they were definitely also having a party. But they always kind of have people over, I feel like. Like, I always hear, like, a bazillion sets of footsteps upstairs, so whatever. So we came back downstairs, and there was, like, more banging, more stomping, whatever, and we were like, oh my god, like, as if we didn't just go up there and tell you guys, like, please be quiet, like, we can hear you, like, it's so loud, whatever. So, it's been about a week, and I can safely say that, I don't know that it's calmed down at all. Like, I don't know that they're any less loud than they were a week ago. Last night especially, Liza and I had an orgo exam today, which we both failed. It was horrible. It was the worst thing ever. But, we had to both wake up really early for it. So we went to bed at, like, a good time last night. And I checked my Aura ring this morning, because I was like, I bet you I didn't fall asleep until after midnight. Like, excuse me. Oh my god, this carbonation. I crawled into bed at, like, probably 10 o'clock. And I don't think I went to sleep until after midnight, because of how loud this girl is. Like, I've never met her. I've never met Vanessa. Okay, I've only ever seen Josh. But this girl is so loud, you guys. Like, I can literally hear her conversations anytime she has a friend over, anytime she's talking to Josh. I can hear her. Like, I can hear exactly what she's saying. Anytime she's playing a video game, I can hear what she's saying. Like, it's so loud. It's so obnoxious. And I think what makes me so mad about it is, like, they have no awareness that, like, other people in the building don't have their schedule. Like, if you want to stay up until 4:30 in the morning yelling and playing video games and rolling back and forth, like, by all means do that, like, whatever. But the people next to you are probably not doing that. The people on the other side of you are probably not doing that. The people below you are definitely not doing that. Like, it, like, I mean, I'm not saying, like, I don't know. I'm not saying that because you live in an apartment, you need to, like, change your lifestyle, anything like that. Because Liza and I stay up, or, like, Liza and I sit on the couch and watch a movie or whatever. But, like, if you're being so loud to the point that you've received 2 noise complaints from the people that live below you about being loud in the middle of the night specifically, and, like, keeping them awake, stomping around, like, maybe be more cautious of the fact fact that, like, oh, hey, it is 4:30 in the morning, and, like, people are probably trying to sleep. Like, it's so ridiculous to me. And I know that that's, like, everywhere. Like, everybody has that annoying neighbor, everybody has that loud neighbor, whatever. But it's just, like, it boggles my mind how unaware people are of how people are so unaware of how they come across to other people on a daily basis. Like, people that have no spatial awareness, that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves ever. It pisses me off to no end. But, like, people that are loud for no reason really piss me off. Like, you don't think that we can hear that? Like, really? Like, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I was so annoyed. So, yeah, that's my neighborhood gossip. The people above us suck. Which, like, that's such an average experience. That's such an average apartment experience. But it's just, like, it's so frustrating because, like, I'm not gonna go up there every single night because, like, that's what my mom said. She was like, well, you need to go up there and talk to them. Like, you need to go up there and talk to them, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Mom, if it's 10:45 at night and I'm in my pajamas, in my slippers, like, I'm ready to go to bed, it's Monday night, like, I'm not gonna get up out of bed, put a sweatshirt on, put my slippers on, unlock the door, go upstairs, and bang on their door for them to just be, like, equally as loud. Like, every time that we've gone up there now twice. Liza went once, we went up together, and literally nothing has changed. Like, these people are just unaware of how loud they're being, despite us explaining it to them. Like, so, that's a sleigh, not. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We hope that they don't live here next year. Please move out. Because they're really freaking annoying. For sure. They're really annoying. But yeah. So, if you guys hear stomping in my videos, now you know why. It's because of my freaking loud neighbors. That's why. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm done rambling now about them because I'm just getting annoyed. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please let me know what you guys want to see